You grew up with yelling. How to become a calm parent. Let's just admit it, the moment your own child does something that triggers you, it's almost like a switch gets flipped. You feel it in your body, the tight chest, the heat rising in your face, maybe even those exact words you swore you'd never say, leaking out. If you grew up with yelling, anger, or harsh discipline, it can feel like some ancient record is playing through you, even when your logical mind wants to do it differently. Maybe you lie awake at night thinking, am I becoming my parent? That fear cuts deep, because all you want is to give your child what you never received: emotional safety, calm connection, the chance to be truly seen and heard. By the end of this video, you'll have concrete tools to break the yelling cycle. I'm going to show you why your automatic reactions aren't your fault, explain the brain science behind those snap moments, and walk you through small daily shifts that retrain your body and your mind, so being calm becomes less of a white-knuckle effort and more like your new default. If you're already nodding along, or if this is stirring up something inside, please take a second to like this video, subscribe to Calm Roots Parenting, and drop a comment telling me how old your child is. The more we support each other, the more we all grow together. Let's start by taking a breath. Inhale, and let it out. You need to know this before everything else. You are not doomed to repeat what you experienced. Our nervous systems are shaped in those early years when we are small and powerless. And if your parents manage stress with shouting, slamming doors, or punishments, it's not surprising that your body goes there first. That's not a sign that you're broken. It's a sign that your wiring was built in an environment that prioritized fear over safety. Your job now, as both a parent and a human being, is to gently rewire that old wiring. The good news? Brains change, even adult brains. Let's talk about what's actually happening when you snap, raise your voice, or feel like yelling is right on the tip of your tongue. When your child screams, hits, refuses to listen, or just moves at what feels like half speed, your threat detection system lights up. That's the same part of your brain that decades ago was trained to brace for unpredictable reactions: yelling, anger, disappointment. So when your child melts down or acts out, your body responds as if you're back in the old kitchen of your childhood. Fight, flight, freeze takes over. Your rational brain goes offline, and suddenly, you're reacting first, thinking later. This is why just telling yourself, be calm, stop yelling, doesn't work in the heat of the moment. You can't override thousands of repetitions with sheer willpower. It's like trying to make a wild horse stand still by telling it to freeze. If you want a peaceful home, you have to train the horse, not just plead with it. So be gentle with yourself. Your reactions are not a moral failing. They're leftover survival codes. But here's the real win. Your intent to be a cycle breaker, that one stubborn hope to parent differently, matters more than your perfection. Every single time you pause, take a breath, and choose a little more calm, you are laying a new path in your own brain and your child's. You are literally being the brain architect your child needs. And what you model becomes their blueprint for handling big feelings too. If any of this has you nodding or tearing up, I want you to pause right now and type cycle breaker in the comments. Let's claim this identity together. You're not alone on this journey, and just saying it out loud can be a huge, hopeful step. Let's move into the practical shifts that make being a calm parent actually doable, starting with normalizing your automatic reactions. When your nerves fire up, instead of judging yourself or trying to mentally force yourself to be calm, notice, name, and breathe. There's that old urge to yell, "It's not me failing. It's my old wiring." This tiny moment of awareness begins the healing. Next, give your nervous system a tool. In practice, this means giving your body a new default move when stress hits. When you notice the urge to yell, try squeezing your hands together as hard as you can, then let them go. Or stamp your foot once if you feel the wave rising, then exhale like you're blowing out birthday candles. These physical cues remind your brain you're safe now. You're an adult, you have tools, and the threat is not real danger, it's just a hard parenting moment. Another simple but powerful shift is to practice a short, calm mantra you can use in the heat of the moment. It could be, breathe first, talk second. Or, they are having a hard time, not giving me a hard time. Or simply, safety first, always. The more you repeat this in calm moments, the more your brain starts to reach for it when stress hits. Remember, you're building new neural pathways. Repetition is power. Also, swap out old habits with replacement microhabits. If your parent's tone was always blunt, loud, or shaming, consciously use a gentler tone, even if it feels awkward at first. When your child is struggling, physically lower yourself to their eye level. Instead of launching into a lecture or harsh consequence, put a hand on your heart or theirs and say, "Let's figure this out together." Over time, these small tweaks add up. They become your family's new normal. Here's another reframe that helps reduce guilt. What your child needs most is not a flawless, perfectly calm parent, but a parent who is willing to repair. If you do yell, snap, or lose your cool, it's what happens next that builds or breaks safety. Go back, own your feelings, and normalize the repair. "I got too loud." That's not your fault. I'm working on handling my big feelings, just like you are. Every time you do this, you're teaching the lesson your childhood never did, that anger can be felt, expressed safely, and repaired without shame. Sometimes, especially during the early years or after a long, stressful day, you might need an exit strategy. If you feel the old patterns surging, give yourself literally 30 seconds in the bathroom or step onto the porch for just a breath of air. Tell your child, "I need a moment to calm my body. I'll be right back." This models healthy boundaries and emotional self-care far better than any lecture about calm ever could. Remember, change happens in layers. Neural pathways get rewired every time you practice. If you mess up, that's normal. That's human. What matters is coming back to the work again and again, catching yourself sooner each time, and giving yourself permission to keep trying. If you're thinking, "But I never saw any of this growing up, so it feels weird or fake," you're right, it is unfamiliar. But unfamiliar isn't wrong. You're choosing connection over control. You're building a new emotional language for your family. That's powerful and brave and worth celebrating. If you have a fellow parent or partner who's also breaking the cycle, share this video with them right now. Support is everything on this journey. Before we wrap up, I want you to choose one tool from today's video: the hand squeeze, the calm mantra, the gentle repair, and commit to trying it the next time you feel your fuse shortening. Save this video for days when it gets really tough, because practice is what turns these skills from theory into reality. Let's claim this together, one step at a time. You are not a bad parent, you simply were not given this information earlier. You're learning, you're healing, and with each choice, you're not only changing your own life but also rewriting the story for your child and maybe even generations to come. If you found this helpful, please take a moment to like, subscribe to Calm Roots Parenting, and comment "Cycle Breaker" so I know you're with me on this journey. And if you want more practical tools for calm, confident parenting, watch my next video on how to handle public tantrums without shame. Your family's story gets rewritten with every conscious step you take.